Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? What's up? March forward. As you guys are coming in, I just wanted to say thank you guys for the engagement so far. We're in a part two series so far, moving through this week on marching yourself forward in the month of March. We're excited that you guys are able to join us. As you guys are coming in, give some love, give some hearts, give some likes, whatever it is. And feel free to go ahead and comment in the bottom. I got a couple questions just to kind of start off, but what is it that you do when you are setting up a plan? How do you come up with your vision? Where do you get either your inspiration or where do you get your thoughts? Is it a spiritual influence? Is it a parent or a relative? I think one of my biggest thoughts in some of my journey going forward in my life. How many of you guys have had one of those times where you ended up going somewhere that wasn't really your own? And this is the point number one as I'm coming into this. Say hello, comment. How many of you guys have been on your journey and you're coming in and somebody says, hey, you should go start this, or you should go get a job here, and I don't know, have you guys had any experiences like that? One of my greatest failings actually is I had a story like that it landed me in a job for years that wasn't really my own. It wasn't really my idea, and I ended up stuck in a place that I didn't really see myself in, but I just really didn't have ownership over my own vision at that time in my life. And so that's kind of one of the things that I think a lot of people have been there, where they have just gotten somewhere and it wasn't really theirs. It wasn't really their vision. It was somebody else's, and they're like, hey, come on over. And the time goes by and you just kind of realize, what am I doing? And so my 4 parts on this today are C, and this is going to be totally ridiculous because I was trying to come up with an outline earlier, and I'm like, okay, all these other talkers, they've got all their points, and I was doing research and I was talking about it, and I was just like, you know what, this is my own. So C, the first thing, do you see your own vision? Is it really your own? Now, when you see it, what you got to start doing is deconstructing it and look there and go backwards to where you're at. And so that's point number 1. Do you see it from that perspective? Point 2, do you hear it? I know these are really corny, but see it, hear it. And what do I mean by hear it? Honestly, it's a stretch, but just go with me on this. Do you hear the scratching of the pen or the typing of your keyboard mapping out your steps? Where are you going? If you are not writing it down, it's not really gonna happen. And that's kind of my serious note. Like, if you get anything else out of this, remember this: write it down. And I was going through a book recently called The 12-Week Year, and it kind of goes and it takes the year idea of just going, oh, well, someday I'll do that, or next year, or 2 or 3 years. You kind of just put it off in the distance, and it just never really happens. That time comes and that time goes. You're leading out how many concerts, dance events, other events, conferences, what have you, come by you, and you're like, well, I'll go to that one. But you never really plan it, you never really write it down, and it just comes and goes. Right? So as I was stating, the 12-week year kind of breaks it down into terms where you're looking more closely at iterations. You're looking more closely at doing week by week, only 3 months out. Not like, that way you can have a shorter gauge of time, where you're not like, oh, well, 6 months down the road, you haven't even started your project. 12 weeks gives you a time period where you can really tangibly take action on it, right? Okay. My next one is touch. And so I've got see, can you see it out there and roll backwards? Can you hear the scratching of the pen, the writing it down? Can you touch somebody on the way to your vision? Can you touch and drag somebody with you, right? Because if your vision isn't bigger than yourself, then who's involved in your vision? There's got to be others. There's got to be a value to the people that you're bringing along with you, right? Okay, and then that brings us to the last point. We got see, right? Can you see it and roll backwards? Hear, the scratching of the pen. Touch, you're dragging somebody along with you. And the last one is feel. Do you have something driving you? What is your why? I think there's a TED Talk by Simon Sinek, right? And I don't know if you've seen it, but go check it out, right? Like, it's good. It's really short. And what it talks about is do you know why it is that you're doing something? Because we all know what we do. We can all go to work, go start business, go dancing, go wherever we're going. We can all do those things, but unless we know why. Like for me, why do I dance? I dance because there's an expression that comes out. If I just say, oh, I'm a dancer, I do cool things, and people go, oh, that's nice. But when they understand why you do it, there's such a difference. Like you gotta, and there's companies out there that go, well, why are we doing this? And there's a tangible impact. We're doing this. We build these houses because we know the people that are going to live here. Maybe it's somewhere else in the world. There's a reason they can see why they're doing it, and it's the most powerful thing. Like, if you're doing something, is your family impacted? You know why you're doing it. So just a quick recap here. See it, roll backwards, hear it, the scratching of the pen, touch it. You're dragging somebody along, or there are other people coming with you on your journey, and feel it. When you're ready to stop, you know why you keep going, right? So you can recap this in my blog later on straightmotion.com, or like me on Facebook/straightmotion. You can catch me there. We'll be continuing this series tomorrow on marching forward, and we'll be talking about, are you mentally strong? Right. So thanks you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later.